Get ready for a quick mini-quest guide for the Alfred Grimhand's Barcrawl, in which the main rewards for completing are access to the Barbarian Outpost agility course and the ability to have vials automatically smash or disappear after drinking a final dose. There are no quests or skills required to complete this, and the only thing you technically need is around 1000 coins to cover the purchase of all the drinks required and potentially a few transport costs too. However, if you have less than 25 hit points, then I'd also bring along some food to restore your health here and there. I would also highly recommend bringing along 2 stamina potions, weight reducing armor, and a large range of teleports to significantly speed up traveling between the 10 bars you need to visit during this mini quest. While there are many ways to get around the map in RuneScape, note that I'll be focusing on teleports that are both effective in getting you where you need to be, but also accessible to most players at an early account stage when you'll be taking on this mini quest. In this setup phase, know that for some of the more difficult to reach bars, I'll also show on screen some additional teleport options, and they'll be ordered from best to worst. So really just ensure that you have a way to get to each bar on the list. Firstly, you'll want a charged games necklace for getting to the Barbarian Outpost, which is where you'll start and finish this mini quest. Then you'll want a Varrock teleport for getting to the Blue Moon Inn in Varrock, and additionally a Lumberyard teleport to land you at the Jolly Boar Inn, which you can alternatively run to from Varrock. A charged Amulet of Glory will allow you to easily get to a bar in Port Sarim, as well as the Karamja Spirits Bar on Karamja, and additionally the Dead Man's Chest Bar in Brimhaven. Though you can optionally speed up the trip to Brimhaven with a Brimhaven teleport if you have level 40 construction and a Scroll of Redirection, or alternatively a house teleport if your house is located in Brimhaven. You'll also want a Falador teleport, an Ardoon teleport, and a charged combat bracelet which will bring you close to 3 bars that you need to visit. A Camelot teleport works as a suitable substitute for the combat bracelet too. Then for the Dragon Inn bar in Yanil, with 50 construction and a Scroll of Redirection, you can use a Yanil teleport, or simply teleport to your house if it's located in Yanil. Using the minigame teleport to get to the Nightmare Zone is another option, as is using the Watchtower teleport if you've completed the Watchtower quest. A fourth option is to use a charged Ring of Dueling to get to Castle Wars before running east. Finally, for the Blurberry Bar at the Grand Tree, I would recommend either using a Ring of Dueling to travel to Emir's Arena and then running west to the Glider and taking it to the Grand Tree, which will require the completion of the Grand Tree quest. Another option is to use a charged Ring of Wealth to go to the Grand Exchange before taking a Spirit Tree to the Grand Tree, which will require the completion of the Tree Gnome Village quest. If you haven't yet done either of these quests, then you can also use a Necklace of Passage to teleport to the Outpost and then run north from there. Now you can begin this quest just outside the Barbarian Outpost Agility Arena, and the best way to get here is by using a Games Necklace teleport to Barbarian Outpost. To start, simply chat to any of the Barbarian guards strolling around outside of the agility course and say, "I want to come through this gate," before following up with, "Looks can be deceiving. I am in fact a barbarian." Then go through the rest of the chat, whereby you'll be handed a Barcrawl card, showing you the 10 bars you need to visit. Note that you can visit them in any order. Let's get started by using a Varrock teleport to teleport to Varrock before running south to the Blue Moon Inn. Once there, use your Barcrawl card on the bartender and go through the chat, whereby you'll buy and scull a drink and then the bartender will sign your card. Next up, either use your Lumberyard teleport and go a tad west, or alternatively run northeast from Varrock to reach the Jolly Boar Inn. Once inside, use your Barcrawl card on the bartender and go through the chat, whereby you'll buy and drink another drink, and then the bartender will sign your card. Moving on, and you'll want to teleport to Falador and go southwest into the bar. Use your Barcrawl card on Kaylee and then say, "I'm doing Alfred Grimhand's Barcrawl," before going through the rest of the chat. You'll buy and drink a drink, and then the bartender will sign your card. Now it's time to go to the bar in Port Sarim, either by using your glory to teleport to Draenor Village and running west, or by running southeast from Falador. Use your Barcrawl card on the bartender and go through the chat, whereby you'll purchase and chug another drink. Next, use your Amulet of Glory to teleport to Karamja and run south, or alternatively take a boat from the docks at Port Sarim to Karamja and run west to reach another bar. Use your Barcrawl card on Zembo and go through the chat, and you'll then buy and down another drink. Moving on, and you'll either want want to use a Brimhaven teleport or house teleport if your house is located in Brimhaven, and then run east and a little south to the bar in Brimhaven. Or alternatively, you can do what I'm doing and just run west from the bar that you're currently at in Karumja. Use your Barcrawl card on the bartender and go through the chat, and then that'll be another drink down and signed off on your card. The pub in Ardoon is next up on the list. You can reach this by teleporting to Ardoon and running northwest, using a skills necklace to teleport to the fishing guild and running south, or by travelling north from the bar in Brimhaven to Captain Barnaby at the docks and taking the ship to Ardoon, before running northwest to the bar. Use your Barcrawl card on the bartender and go through the chat, and after another drink, that's another bar down. Now we're heading to the pub in Sears Village. You will want to either use your combat bracelet to teleport to the ranging guild and run northeast, or use a Camelot teleport and run west. Alternatively, you can run northeast from Ardoon. Use your Barcrawl card on the bartender and go through the chat, whereby you'll buy and then chug another drink. Now you've got just 2 bars to go. Next up is the bar in the Grand Tree. If you've completed the Grand Tree quest, you can use a Ring of Dueling to go to Emmy's Arena and run west to the Gnome Glider, before taking it to the Grand Tree and going down the ladder twice, and then running southeast to the bar. Alternatively, if you completed the Tree Gnome Village quest, then you can use a Ring of Wealth to teleport to the Grand Exchange, and then run northeast to the Spirit Tree and take it to get to the Grand Tree. From here, run north into the Grand Tree and go up the ladder once, before then running southeast to the bar. Note that if you haven't done any of these quests, then you can use a Necklace of Passage to teleport to the Outpost, and from there run north to the Grand Tree. Or as a last resort, make your way there from Sears Village. After arriving, use your Barcrawl card on Blurberry and go through the chat to buy and down another drink. And now there's just 1 bar in Yanil left to go. You can use a Yanil teleport or house teleport if your house is located in Yanil and then run south, or alternatively use the Nightmare Zone minigame teleport before running into Yanil and going west. Using a Ring of Dueling to get to Castle Wars and running east is another option too. After arriving, use your Barcrawl card on the bartender and go through the chat to purchase and drink that final drink. Now that you've had a drink at all 10 bars, it's time to use your games necklace to return to the Barbarian Outpost. Run east around the building to the entrance of the agility course and talk to the Barbarian guard and go through the chat, whereby you'll then want to choose whether or not you want your vials to smash after drinking the final sip of potion. You've also now completed the mini quest and you have access to the Barbarian Outpost agility course. Thanks for watching, catch you in the next quest.